Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on this past academic year, it was a year packed with many things, as you will see. We recall the start of the semester with creative summer faculty enrichment sessions, a series of pedagogy and life skill workshops. These workshops provided our faculty members with insights and tools to improve their teaching methodologies and foster holistic development, first among ourselves and then in turn among our students. Our classes have never been the same after these sessions. At Axe Academy, we teach in non-traditional ways, through group learning, through projects, through peer learning, by incorporating technology, inquiry, and reflection. You will hear very little lecturing. Our class numbers and moldable faculty make this possible. At Axe Academy, we believe in comprehensive development and pay a lot of attention to the whole person. We provide opportunities in sports, music, teaching, the liberal arts, management, administration, community service, preaching, and every area that is possible to allow students to find their gifting and their skills with which to be a servant influencer, to make our Lord known to the world that we are a part of. Academic inclinations are on par with God's other gifts here, and you will see this play out later today in the Student Award section.
Our assessments work on students' strengths rather than circle their weaknesses. Not all assessments are written. We also conduct verbal, digital, and creative arts-based assessments. Students are assessed year-round. It may surprise you to know that our final exam is worth just 30% of the total marks. Rather than just a final exam with a pass or fail at the end when no more guidance is possible, we conduct formative assessments throughout the year, and they are weighty, accounting for 70% of the total marks scored. This helps faculty to assess the progress of learning as students learn and work alongside and tutor them as the year goes on. The summative evaluation, or the final exam that is usually so scary for students, is not scary for us. For proof, the pictures that you were looking at were taken a few days before the exams. Our theology courses incorporate life skills, and faculty work hard to plan, prepare, and bring relevance to their classes. Many students who graduate have been able to identify their calling, eyes opened to different areas of ministry they didn't think possible. Our digital department works hard at identifying and nurturing talent, using simple common tools to help churches save cost on live streaming and other design work so money can go for other church needs. Interesting teaching styles are used in these classes, using different media, including film and animation. Students come in with rudimentary skills and in no time at all are handling fancy equipment thanks to our training. Another great teaching method is experiential learning, and our students do that quite a bit. Here's a picture of the fresher level MTH students visiting a migrant family nearby as their own application of learning for the lesson on empathy. They conversed with the family, brought the kids snacks, and started thinking about how they could network to help the family sell the cane products crafted here.
Students also visited a sweet seller nearby and chatted with her about life. For Christmas, some of us invited domestic workers to the college campus and had a Christmas party for them, giving them an opportunity to enter a theological college, see what we do, and for us to show love while learning more about them. We also went carol singing to our helpers' homes instead of to each other's. Women's Day too was celebrated by treating women service staff of our Purva Gains building. Our students are learning by doing and looking outward instead of focusing on our small inner circle. We teach our students creation care hands-on. For Christmas, our college was decorated beautifully by students using recycled materials and natural biodegradable products. It's amazing how much they produced with how little. We also have a creation care hour scheduled every week, where students learn how to care for and grow plants. It was an exhausting labor of love. Some died, some grew, and some got eaten by rats. All perfect illustrations of ministry and the challenges it presents. Every Friday, our students visit an old age home and a children's home and bring song, joy, conversation, and life to the centers where they serve. For some, these are the moments God has used to point them to their calling of caring for the elderly.
Our 3-day ministry exposure trip involved students visiting Christian businesses like coffee shops and gift centers, a de-addiction center, children's homes, orphanages, an old age home, an HIV care center, places of sports ministry, and even temples, the Gurudwara, an Orthodox church, and the Jain temple in Bangalore. You will be amazed to know the effects that these places had on widening the students' otherwise narrow worldview and idea of ministry. This was followed by a time of reflection that gave us good feedback on their experiences. A group of our students also went to Kanyakumari on a religious studies trip. Yet another group went to Gujarat and had an amazing experience of ministry within pointed adversity. I invite you to talk to some of them today as you have dinner and understand firsthand what those experiences were like. In June, we visited the Axe Bethel farm, where Axe's flower business runs, and Axe Shalom farm, the expansive retreat that is everyone's favorite destination to experience nature. This is where they gain insights into sustainability and in using God's resources to serve the community. Discipleship groups happen once every week where faculty and students come together to encourage and be encouraged, live life together, and form stronger relationships through vulnerability on both sides. Games are played, meals are eaten together, hands are clasped, tears are shed. Much happens at this time. This year, each group also chose to visit a Bangalore location of their choice. Some went to Vidhana Saudha, others to the Aerospace Museum, Cubbon Park, and the Planetarium. Some just went to restaurants, also a good idea.
In August, the Elaine Nyanakan singing competition saw a lot of talent and excitement on this campus. You will hear the winner sing today in a little while. We also have cultural evenings, fun events aimed at understanding the food, culture, and customs of another. And we focused on the Northeast this time. There was plenty of collaboration, open-mindedness, empathy, creativity, planning, adaptability, and communication that our students learned through this fun event. 2 life workshops were conducted this year, and the first was based on critical reading skills, led by the much-awarded Executive Director and Trustee at Enable India, Moses Chowdhury, who is visually impaired and speaks on the importance of reading. In September, the second life workshop focused on digital addiction, informing our students on the roots of this disease and practical scientific solutions to help overcome. This was done with the help of Dr. Manoj Kumar Sharma of Nimhans, who helped and empowered our students to lead healthy and balanced lives. This year, we added an additional life workshop focused on adaptability, highlighting resilience and flexibility needed to thrive in an ever-changing world. And while on adaptability, 2 of our students had the exciting opportunity to attend the Go Sports training in Hosur, opening up their thinking and guiding them towards sports ministry. One has left residential studies and joined our distance program while he travels pursuing sports ministry as his calling. Our founder would have been proud.
October was a big month for us as we uncovered the turf playground with provision for basketball, football, volleyball, cricket, and track and field events. It was a perfect venue for our students' annual sporting event, promoting teamwork and sportsmanship. The event was impeccably organized and executed by our sports team, keeping them gainfully busy during the holidays. We share this ground with Axe Secondary School, and again, they are learning to collaborate. Some of our students serve at this church on Sundays. We allow students the choice to network on Sundays and serve at a church of their choice. Some go to their tribal church, and it's all part of the learning. This year we went a step further in underlining our Learn to Live philosophy and allowed our MT8 students to build maturity by staying outside campus. There were many struggles, some delayed submissions, many burnt meals while practicing responsibility, but in all, they are learning and will agree that it has been a positive experience. Additionally, a workshop on the Gaza-Israel conflict, facilitated by Deepak Babu and Dr. Mohan Razu, prompted meaningful discussions on global issues and peacemaking efforts, breaking the silence on this burning issue and forcing students to open their eyes to real issues outside their comfort zones. Our doctoral program has 5 researchers receiving their doctorate degrees today. This year there's been interest in artificial intelligence and the intriguing integration with theology. This came out when researchers presented scholarly papers on the topic at the doctoral workshop. We engaged students in interactive knowledge-building sessions rather than the traditional classroom setup that is common. They were also exposed to life skills, going hand in hand with theological education in a session titled Can Open-Mindedness Be Learned? In November, our campus welcomed guests Ian and Ruth Coffey for an insightful workshop on stress and balancing every aspect of our lives, applicable to faculty and students alike, further enriching our academic and spiritual community.
This was complemented by our first ever Library Day, celebrating the wealth of knowledge and resources available to our students. That is, 30,000 books in our library and a collaboration with 20 of Bangalore's finest libraries that our students are free to use, nudging them towards curiosity for learning and integrity in academic pursuits. As the new year dawned in January, we engaged in a Vision Exercise Day. Our guest speakers included Rahul George and Muhammad Umar, who told inspiring stories of service during the pandemic. This was followed by a reflective, art-based session by artist and musician Mercy Kurian, helping students to look deeper into our vision to serve the community. Other memorable moments recalled by students included Prayer Day and time spent in our tiny but powerful prayer room, where many students choose to seek God. The interesting wood workshop by Jonathan Chavan offered our students insights into entrepreneurial possibilities, emphasizing innovation and creativity in using waste to produce saleable products. This morning we had the alumni conference and heard stories from 4 old students who are firm in their ministry despite adversity. These students are engaged in the areas of education, politics, and community development. We insist a lot on application of learning and have seen it in our students' lives. Another highlight for many students was the TT table and carom board area within our college. Students testify to settling all kinds of scores in this place through ways that are on board. The noise and cheering we hear is proof of a lot of energy being let out in a healthy way. And to be honest, we have not had many interpersonal problems this year. We must attribute it to the prayer room and the sports area.
We are proud today to have some of our distance education students with us, and we welcome you. They miss out on many of our holistic residential activities, but we hope you're inspired to replicate what you've heard about in your own spheres of influence. You are always welcome to visit and meet and greet us and enjoy and take part in our experiences. Till now you have heard positive highlights, but this year wasn't without challenges. We have a variety of students indoctrinated in various ways and some with damaged personalities and views as a result. Building them up with love and kindness is not always easy, but we as a community have persevered with integrity, patience, and a hope that change will come, however slow and elusive. This report is incomplete without acknowledging our loss. This academic year, we lost a former principal, Dr. Edward Ramani, and 2 fresh graduates, Binu Thomas and Denny George. This brought shock and sadness to those of us who knew them. Do pray for the families and their lives ahead.
In conclusion, we are proud of the accomplishments and growth we have achieved as a community over the past year. We look ahead to continue the cycle of learning as we pray for the cycle of positive change all around. This report started with a mention of our faculty training sessions, and that cycle starts once more in just a few days for the academic year 2024-25. We have already planned for workshops on stress management and technology fluency for our faculty. Let us continue to embrace opportunities for learning, service, and personal development, guided by our shared commitment to excellence and integrity, but more importantly, servant influencing. Thank you.